Peace and bright blessings, guys. It's your Queen of Spades coming at you today. And we are going to do a reading on um, lovely Shanquella Robinson, who was tragically ambushed and attacked by, I believe it was about 5 or 6 others that were on the trip with her. And she looked at them and called them her friends, and they ambushed her and they attacked her. We're going to find out today if um, this attack was premeditated, if they had planned to do this before they even got to Mexico. Her life was snatched away from her, before its time. I don't want to say before it's time because only God knows when our time is, but she was gone too soon. Um, and it's just really horrible what happened to her. And it definitely, touched me very deeply as, I've seen it touch many, many others and, affect many, many others. Um, it's really unfortunate what happened to her, and it's very sad. And it was bothering me that could even happen to someone. But whew, these types of things happen all the time to different people. Not people being murdered, but the betrayal of so-called friends. That's what it starts off with. And she went on this trip to Mexico to celebrate, um, and have fun and kick back with, you know, um, 4 to 6 other people that were on the trip with her. Not totally sure of the exact amount, but it's just really unfortunate that this poor young woman's life was snuffed, and taken away from her. And we're going to find out the reasons as to why and who all was involved with the plotting and planning and scheming of Shanquilla's death, her murder, because that's what it feels like, um, with all the video evidence that has come out on, her two of the people who she went to college with, actually fighting her in the hotel room. Um, the way that she was moving was kind of like dazed, before she even started being hit on, before they even started attacking her, before they started hitting her, and punching on her and things of that nature. Um, she looked like she wasn't all here. So we're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to find out, what happened with her, if they gave her something, if they slipped something into her food. Many people deal with these issues of, um, you know, so-called quote unquote friendships. And, those friends are really haters undercover. And, it's just unfortunate because, you know, many of us can say that we have been in similar circumstances where, people say, well, why did she go on this trip, to Mexico with people that, she didn't know if they were her friends or not? Well, she thought that they were her friends. And, we're going to get more into that today because I definitely have a lot to say about this situation. But let's get into the reading first and foremost. Um, okay, so let's see. The first question is a tarot question. What was Shanquella Robinson's overall energy before the trip to Mexico? Spirit, please give me a 3 card pull. What was her overall energy before the trip to Mexico? What was Shanquella's overall energy before the trip to Mexico? Mm, thank you, Spirit. One more, please. Mm, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So the first card that popped out is the High Priestess. Second card that popped out, the Magician. Third card that popped out, the Strength. Okay. Right off the bat, Shanquella was in a very attracting state. She was manifesting her dreams and her goals right before the world's eyes. Um, you learn through several different news broadcasters and clippings that are being posted now online that she was a very popular, hair breeder, children's hair braider. I don't know where breeder came from, but very popular children's hair braider um, in Charlotte, North Carolina. And she also had her very own boutique that she had opened up and was, she had a bright future ahead of her. She was going to be a very successful young woman. She was already, successful. And that was only going to expand more and more as time went by. Um, she definitely had a degree of a high level of degree, a, a high level of degree, a high level or degree of um, of strength. She definitely pushed through tough situations and succeeded, like even where her goals were concerned. She was determined to win. She was determined to be successful, and she was doing her thing. She was doing just that. Um, yeah, she was manifesting her life and had manifested many different aspects of success in her life as a result of her persistence and her go-getter um, energy. Her attitude was go-getter, and she basically, continued to follow through with, wherever her life path was leading her, which was to a life of success, a life of, helping others. Yeah, I'm getting a really warm, she was a very warm individual. I'm getting a very warm feeling, um, almost like a warm hug. She was a very kind-hearted person, and wow, yeah, she was a very kind-hearted person, and I'm feeling her energy. Very kind, very sweet, there for people, looking out for people. Um, yeah, she always did her best to fall through with whatever promises made or whatever she agreed to. Mm, yeah. So that was her overall energy before the trip. Okay. Let's see. So then the very next question is a pendulum question. So let's see. Mm. Wow. Y'all hear the music in the background? Man down. Okay. Next question. Did she come up with the idea for the vacation in Mexico? Did Shanquella come up with the idea for the vacation in Mexico? So that's a yes. Oh, I'm all off screen, y'all. That's a yes. She did. It says. Okay. So my next question was if she didn't, then who did? But it says that she did. Was she the only one to come up um, with, the idea of vacationing in Mexico, or was it the others that were on the trip as well? Okay. So it could have been her idea, her suggestion initially. Um, and they definitely plotted on this idea. Move these out the way. Okay. Mm. Was she a Capricorn? I'm hearing Capricorn. Um, I'm not sure what her zodiac sign was, but I'm hearing Capricorn. Um, so Capricorn might be her zodiac sign. Um, okay. Did Shanquella have a boyfriend? Which I believe she did because I think he recently came out and started interviewing. So that's a yes. Okay. She did have a boyfriend. Was her boyfriend there in Mexico when this situation with Shanquella Robinson took place? That's a no, he wasn't there. Okay. Were the females that she was friends with and the males aware of her boyfriend? So that's a yes. Okay. Were the group of people that came with her to Mexico, were they aware of her successful businesses? So that's a yes. Is that the main reason that this group that went with her to Mexico, is that the main reason why they were envious of Shanquella? Mm, that's a no, guys. Wow. Okay. Did any of the girls or guys on the trip have successful careers or businesses themselves? So that's a no. Wow. Okay. Were any of the group of people that went on the trip with Shanquella to Mexico in a relationship? Okay. So some of them might have been in relationships. Okay. Did the group of people that went on the trip with Shanquella to Mexico plan to confront and jump her initially before the trip? Did they plan to ambush her before the trip actually happened? Okay, so that's a no. Okay. Wow. There was a clip. There was a clip actually where Shanquella came into the room in the hotel. She was calling out her friends' names, and she came into a room where they were all sitting huddled around, and they looked like they were plotting and scheming then. And so, based off of that question being no, they didn't plan this before the trip. I guess that's when they actually linked up and decided that they were going to attack her. Give me 1 minute, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. So it seems as though like that clip of, you know, her walking through, the hotel room or suite that they were staying in I think it was called Cabo, Mexico. Um yeah, she was calling out their names and she was looking for them and they were like all huddled together in a group, um, talking with each other. And they kind of looked at her like she was a alien, that they were seeing for the first time when she walked into the room. And she's in this cheerful spirit, just talking and, playing and just happy. Um, it's just crazy. This girl was only 25 years old. Um, but let's get back to the reading. Okay, let's see. Okay. Did any of the people in the group that went with Shanquilla to Mexico let her know ahead of time or make her aware at any time of any problems or issues that they might have had with her beforehand? That's a no. So not only did they assault her, but they were cowards at that because they never even told her that they had any issue with her. As as most people who carry the spirit or energy of jealousy or envy don't like to tell or admit that they're feeling some type of way towards someone. They'd rather pretend and act like, they feel no type of way and they've got it all together. And, it's just really crazy. Like it's actually quite scary, if you think about it. But man, okay. Let's see. Was Shanquella aware that anyone in the group of people that went with her to Mexico had any issues with her before the trip? So that's a no. I know she didn't, but I just wanted to ask that just to be on the safe side. Um, okay, so I already asked that if they plan to come against her before the trip was planned, or did I? And that's a no. Okay. When they met up on the trip and they were in that room huddled together in Mexico, were they planning to attack Shanquella then? Please close that. That's a yes. They did plan that while actually on the trip. That's crazy. Okay, so when she walked up on them and they were talking and they were huddled, they were actually sitting down discussing what they were going to do to her. That's crazy. That's why they were looking like that. And I instantly felt the energy. And I know what that energy feels like because I've felt it before. I've experienced that before oncoming. So when they like turned around and was just like silently looking at her, and she's like all giddy and laughing, you know, I felt the energy from them. So I just wanted to make sure I was feeling right. Um, it's crazy. Okay, let's see. So, was the overall issue from the group of people that went to Mexico with Shanquella jealousy and envy? Was that their overall issue with her and competition? So that's a yes. That's a yes to jealousy, envy, and competition. Okay. Before the scene, the video clip that shows um, one of the girls attacking Shanquilla, had they um, had they put things into any food or drinks of Shanquilla's beforehand? Any drugs, anything? Okay, so none of them put anything into her drinks or food beforehand, before this altercation, this attack. Okay, are you telling me they did or they didn't? Which one? Okay, they didn't. Okay. Whew. Um, did anyone in the group attempt to do any spell work, any magic on Shanquilla to control her mind, her thinking? Oh, wow, that's a strong yes. Hmm, it's very interesting. Okay, so the person holding the camera, was he made aware of the betrayal that was to take place beforehand, for the actual attack? So that's a yes, he knew. Okay. Who was the person holding the camera? Um, was it the friend, the so-called friend Khalil? Okay, so that's a yes. Wow. Ooh, he knew beforehand. Okay, so I have their names here. Okay, I believe the first girl that was shown and recorded in the video attacking Shanquella, um, Dejanay or Dejanay, whichever. I'll just say Dejanay. Um, okay. Did Dejanay have the intentions to murder Shanquilla beforehand, before she attacked her? That's a yes. Mm. Whew. Okay. Let's see. The guy holding the camera, did he ever really consider Shanquella a best friend? That's a no, guys. He never considered her a best friend. He never considered her a friend at all. Yeah. Was he a silent enemy as well? That's a strong yes. Wow. One second, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. This is really, really heavy energy. Really heavy. Um, so, my next question was, why didn't he drop the camera and whip that girl's ass, to defend his best friend? Well, now we know he didn't consider her a best friend, and he knew that they were plotting against her beforehand. That's horrible. Okay. Whew. You know, because there's no way that somebody can be a friend of even a friend, even as an onlooker to strangers doing this. This girl is clearly not fighting back, and this other one is just going in on her, just hitting on her like she trying to break something or destroy her physically. There's no way I would have been able to sit there um, in the room with no camera, and just pretend like the only thing he could say was, "You're not gonna fight back." Like, the hell? Like, that was just crazy because any person that's even a decent person wouldn't have been able to sit there looking at that and not do anything. Like, I would have had to jump in. We probably both would have got our ass whipped, but I would have jumped in. And it just, like, especially if this person is quote unquote a best friend and you see them getting hit and knocked around like that, and you just sitting with a camera, like, there's no way in hell. The question wouldn't have even been asked because it would have been over with before it even began if I was present and that type of situation was going down. So that was crazy to me. Um, the whole situation was just crazy. Um, so next question. Was Shanquilla in fact attacked by two different girls? Dejanay and Winter, I believe their names are. So that's a yes. Was she attacked by anyone else that was in that room on that trip with her? Okay. So that's a no, just those two. Okay. The second girl's name is Winter. Winter Essence Donovan. And the first girl, Dejanay. Oh, Dejanay. Dejanay Imani Jackson. Just based off of how it's spelled. Okay. Dejanay and Winter. Okay. It's crazy. So, did the second girl, Winter, did she, in fact, pick pick up Shanquella by her neck and body slam her to the floor. That's a yes. Ooh. Did she intend to murder Shanquella from that body slam? Mm, 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 mm. She intended to murder her, y'all. That's a strong yes. Okay. Next is a tarot card question. This is horrible. Spirit, please show me a 3 card pull. What was the energy behind Shanquilla not wanting to defend herself? Please show me a 3 card pull, please, Spirit. What was the energy behind Shanquilla not defending herself? I know the parents were saying that she was never really a fighter. She was a very peaceful person, a very loving person, would give people the shirt off her back. Mm, 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 mm. So, the first that popped up is the Page of Cups. Next, the Knight of Cups popped up. Okay. Lastly, the Four of Cups. Mm, 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 mm. It's like she realized at the last moment that she was in a lion's den. And it really shocked the hell out of her. Whew. Man, it really shocked the hell out of her because she thought these people were her friends. This is horrible. Um, I feel like she was really just trying to figure out like what was even going on. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. She didn't see the need to fight back. She really was confused. And so in her confusion, like she was surprised attacked. She was ambushed by these females. You know, the energy of jealousy and envy was surrounding her during this trip before she knew that it was surrounding her. I'm willing to bet that she got clues beforehand that these people were no good, but she did what most people in her position do, which is, kind of doubt themselves when they feel this type of energy from people. And maybe she was hoping that this trip would bring, their friendships closer. Whew. Okay. I think the cards answered this question, but I'm going to ask it again just to be on the safe side. Was Shanquella stunned or surprised by the attack? Hmm. I knew it. Yeah, she definitely was surprised. This was an ambush, you know, which makes them cowards and makes them scum. Man, peace and bright blessings, guys. Okay, so the whole rest of this reading did not record. And I really am confused as to what even happened. So let me just re-ask the questions that was asked and was not captured on the recording. Okay, so I left off on was she stunned and surprised by the attack, and she in fact was. Okay, so the next question is, was Shanquella Robinson unsuspected of their true intentions? So that's a yes. Okay, let's see. Did they know immediately afterwards that their actions had deadly consequences for Shanquella? So that's a yes. Okay, I asked that already. What were each of their overall feelings at this point? Okay, who decided on the story of alcohol poisoning? Was it the fake best friend Khalil? Okay, so that's a yes. He actually did come up with that story. Wow. Was it anyone else along with him? Okay, so that's a no. Did one of them give her a drink right before the physical altercation? Did they put something in that drink? That was a yes, guys. Did they put something in that drink to make her dazed and out of it? Okay, that's a no. Okay. So, did she in fact have alcohol in her system before her death? Because a lot of people are saying no, she didn't. Some people are saying yes, she did. So, let's see. Okay, that's a no. She had no alcohol in her system at all. Uh, okay, one second, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. So, the guy claiming to be her best friend, was that the guy named Khalil? Okay, so that's a yes. Um, Now there was actually another guy there named Nazir. Did he actually arrive after the incident with Shanquilla had already happened? Did he arrive afterwards, like he said? So that's a no. He was lying. Whew. Okay. Who actually called the parents with the story of alcohol poisoning? Was it the guy Khalil? Okay, that's a yes. Did this group of people steal $10,000 from Shanquilla's personables before they left her in that hotel room? Actually, I don't think she was left in the room. I think before the officials left the hotel room, the morgue was called. Um, okay. So, but did they steal $10,000 from Shanquella Robinson's personables? That's a yes. And that's what I don't understand. They stole this 10,000 from her while requiring for her parents to send them 5,000 more dollars, claiming they needed this money to put her into the hospital in Mexico. And her father was like, "Well, she has insurance," but they were hoping to come up, off another $5,000. And it's just horrible when you think of all the details of this whole situation. It's really crazy. I swear. Um, okay. So who stole the $10,000 specifically? Was it the guy Khalil? So that's a no. Was it the girl Winter? Okay, that's a yes. Did anybody else help her with stealing the $10,000 from Shanquella? So that's a no. Nobody else helped her to steal this. She stole it all herself. It's horrible. Okay. Did they actually expect to get away with this? So that's a yes. Did they actually just think that her parents would accept the story that they gave her, that they gave them of her dying from Shanquilla dying from alcohol poisoning? Did they think that her parents would just accept this story? They actually thought that they could deceive her parents. Okay. Did they ever think that the parents would get an autopsy done on Shanquilla? That's a no. So they thought they'd just accept it and that be that. Were the officials in Mexico in on covering up Shanquilla's murder? Okay. So, no, they weren't trying to cover this up. Okay. Were they bribed by the group that came with Shanquilla to say, bribed with money to say that Shanquilla died of alcohol poisoning? Okay. So they did attempt to bribe them. Mm. So were the officials that showed up to the hotel that were called, were they offered the $10,000 that was on Shanquella by the others to say it was the alcohol poisoning that ended her? So that's a yes. Did they genuinely misjudge the officials from Mexico? Did they genuinely misjudge her symptoms and cause of death? So that's a yes. Was it the officials, the people that were called to the room, the nurse, the doctor, whomever? Was it their examination of Shanquilla that ultimately ended her life? So that's a yes. She was hanging on. She was barely hanging on. But when the officials were called to the room and they started examining her, that definitely, whatever, last bit of life force she had left, the examination that they did on her is what, ultimately took her out. And that's really unfortunate. That's horrible. Mm. Uh, let's see. Was this a blood sacrifice ritual? That's a no. Is this why the guy Khalil was nervous around at her parents' house because he knew he did nothing to stop the attack on Shanquilla? That's a yes. Why did they lie to her sister about to Shanquilla's um, sister Quilla um, about the attack? Was it the fear of Shanquilla's sister possibly jumping on them? That's a yes. Was it also fear of jail time? That's a yes also. Are they all in hiding? Some of them are in hiding, some aren't. Are they each being haunted by Shanquilla's spirit? That's a yes. Will each involved be found guilty? That's a yes. Will each involved receive jail time? That's a yes. Will each involved receive the death penalty? I feel like a life for a life. No, they won't receive the death penalty. Did Shanquilla suffer a lot of pain before her death? That's a yes. Was her death instant? That's a no. Her death was not quick. Mm. Is Shanquella making sure that she receives justice from the other side? That's a yes. Is there any messages that Shanquella has for her parents or her sister? Okay, that's a no, but I heard I love y'all. Has Shanquilla crossed over into the spirit realm? That's a yes. Is she in a state of peace at this time? That answer is no. And I'm hearing not until justice is served, not until justice is in my favor. Mhm. Did my reading resonate with Shanquilla Robinson? Okay, good. Whew. I really sincerely um, hope that her family is able to get the justice that is deserving. Um, all involved, in this young girl's murder, they definitely need to go to jail. There definitely needs to be repercussions and accountability because this was horrid. The plot, the plan, the brutal attack on down to, them coming to visit with her parents, to sell them on this lie, knowing that it was a lie, that she did not die of alcohol poisoning. They knew that. And, it's just horrible. Excuse me. It's horrible that she experienced this and had no one on her side around her at this time. And, I really hope that her parents do get justice for her. And I really hope that, the people involved, serve whatever time they're supposed to serve because it's only right. Um, that's keeping, universal order. And let me just say this because a lot of people will ask, like, well, didn't she sense at any point in time, like, that the people around her wasn't her friend? And if so, why did she go out of town with them? Why did she go on this trip with them? Let me just say this. You can have friends, lovers around you, whatever the case may be, and you may sense something from them. You may sense the vibes of jealousy, envy, competition, all the things that um, Shanquilla basically was facing from this group of people who was jealous and envious and in competition with her. They saw she was a beautiful girl, successful with her business, and her popularity growing because of how successful she had become. And, they wanted not only for her, to have her spot or to have her success. They just wanted her up out of here. That's envy. They just wanted her, you know, removed so that, they by chance wouldn't have to continue to stare their competition in the face every day, which is crazy when you think about it. Um, and guys, you've got to be careful because, I've always heard from a wise man that jealousy begets envy, and envy begets murder. And this is that situation. Um, it's just really heartbreaking that she had to, experience this. But it's like I've seen this situation touch so many people, um, inclusive of myself. It touches me deeply because I've experienced those same energies, you know oncoming, towards me. um so it's like I know exactly, you know how she felt. People ask the question, well, didn't she sense anything in the least bit before all of this happened? And to be honest, you know firstly, it's usually not strangers, complete strangers, that you experience this energy at the hands of. It's usually someone that you consider a friend, um, a partner, or even a family member. And, whichever storyline is more befitting to you, then that's the one that you choose. But it could be anybody. And they really don't even have to have a sufficient um, reason for hating on you. They really don't have to have any type of real reason for why they're jealous or envious of you. Um, from my observations, and experiences in life, it be those friends that's the closest to you. It be the family members that's the closest to you. It be those partners that you would least expect. And, you know, um, I'm talking about, you know, 10 plus years of friendship, and something like that can come up. It never starts off like that in the beginning, because it never started off like that for me in the beginning with none of the situations I experienced. But then towards the end, when I'm ready to walk away, that's when I'm seeing all these things, happen. And it could be anything. It could be anything, because I actually asked the person, like, uh, why am I why am I feeling jealousy and envy from you? Why am I feeling jealousy and competition energetically from you? I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't feeling jealous and I don't know why you feeling that. I don't know. Maybe it's you who's jealous and in competition towards me. The gaslighting, the deflecting. So, even with partners, I've felt that type of energy. But the real question is, what took me so long to ask that? What took me so long to ask, hey, why am I feeling this energy towards you? See, people can lie all day long, but energy doesn't lie. And I was feeling the energy from her. I was feeling the energy from him. And they tried to paint like I was crazy, for bringing it to them. Of course, I know now what that was all about. But it's crazy because you feel certain things early on, and you kind of like talk yourself down, like, start self-doubt. You start telling yourself, like, nah, you're looking too much into this. This is your sister, this is your friend, this is your homie, your lover, whatever the case may be. And it don't matter who that person is to you. It don't matter if you got $0 in your bank account and nothing to your name. It don't matter if you don't have nothing name brand in your closet. It don't matter. People can simply be jealous of your talents, your gifts, your potential to be someone really great. It really doesn't take much for someone to be jealous and envious and have competition. And one thing that I felt that will always remain um, something that sticks out to me was feelings of like confusion, because this person is over here one minute, then they're over here. Then one day they're saying this, then they're saying that. Then they're doing this, but then they're doing that. They complaining about this, and then they complaining about that. And they living left, they walking right, they talking green, they speaking red, like, the confusion. And I'm sitting back like trying to figure this out. And I realized it wasn't for me to figure out, because that's their stuff. Like, they're full of chaos and confusion. I just walked away. So when you are in situations and you notice that a friend or a lover or a family member loves at opportune times laughing at that joke about you, where you're insulted and you're put down and you're like, dang, why would they laugh at me? I would never laugh at them or make fun of them. Or you find that this person is taking those little digs at you, you know, um, about your life choices and decisions. Um, oh, trying to steal your man, steal your girl. They'll go so far as to, knowing that you like someone or interested with someone or someone is interested in you, and they'll go and hurry up and sleep with that person. Um, like, the confusion and the chaos is real. So don't let it trick you up. Don't let it trip you up. Um, it's real. Whatever you're feeling in your body, that anxiety every time you get ready to talk to that person, that feeling of dread, like, do I even really want to have a conversation with this person today? That's real. Pay attention to that. That's part of your intuition and your discernment kicking in. And you need to really pay attention to that and ask yourself why you're feeling uneasy every time you go around this person or every time you talk to this person. That's real. Don't ignore that. And, the aside from, you know, um, that I mentioned, you can also see that person always come with, their false sense of pride, their false ego. And, they kind of want to always tell you about yourself. But the moment you want to tell them about themselves, now they're enraged. How could you say this to me? Oh my God, you are out of it. You're losing your mind. You're insane. You got 10 heads. Um, that's a sign too. Believe it or not, because that's showing you that that person is willing to deflect and even make like you're crazy to keep from taking accountability for their own stuff. And the stuff that they come to you complaining about, or they want to tell you about yourself about, most of the time, that's stuff that they really want to point out about themselves. But, they're actually coming at you like it's you doing these things or these things that you need to fix, but they really talking to themselves. And it's like a double standard, you know? Um, it's crazy because, like, I mean, I could feel the judgmental energy coming from those individuals that Shanquella went to Mexico with. They were very judgmental of her and her success and her beauty and her relationship, even. And they had decided that they were going to come after this poor girl. and that she was going to be defenseless when they came after her and powerless to defend herself against them. And so it's just crazy because, like I said, I've experienced this. The people who want to point out certain life choices and decisions that you make in life, but secretly their spouses, their husband or wife don't know that they live in that life too, and that they've had not only several partners during the course of their monogamous relationship, but some men and women too, and continue to have different partners, and their spouse just never knew. And so they've even gone so far, maybe even to make other people like their spouse look at you like you're crazy while doing and living the same type of lifestyle that they're accusing you of living, and heavily judgmental of you living. That's a sign of someone you need to step away from. I stepped away from those people in my life. And to be honest, like, it's not even about them. You're thinking on surface level that it's about these people that are coming at you. And why are they coming at me? I've done nothing to them but love them. I've done nothing to them but be supportive. But every time you have success or accomplishment, they're not yelling for you like you yelling for them and screaming for them when they have success. They're quiet. Oh, hello, did you hear? I just got this. I just did this with my life. Aren't you happy for me? Yeah, that's nice, I guess. That's a sign. Don't ignore that. Because if you're screaming for them and they're just quiet crickets every time you accomplish something, that's a sure sign. But the storyline goes beyond those people, so I had to learn myself. You're looking at this person, and this person is your friend. This person, or so you think, this person is your friend, this person is your partner, this person is a close family member, whatever the case. And this always seems to happen with them. You're always getting these types of feelings from them of jealousy, envy, or competition, or all of the above. And it goes beyond them. We incarnated here on this earth, and we chose the lessons that we wanted to learn in this lifetime. And so everything that I've experienced in this lifetime, I chose it as a lesson to learn beforehand. It was something I just needed to learn. And so we don't remember that once we incarnate here. We have to, eventually come into that understanding, later on down the line. But I chose all of these lessons that I experienced. And I also realized that, the same people that I experienced heartbreak, that I experienced pain, um, feeling sad, confusion, like what's going on. All of those feelings really actually ended up propelling me into my most powerful self to date. So I really don't have no reason to be upset with them. I really don't have any reason to be angry with them. In fact, thank you, because you helped me in a major way. You helped me to transform into a very powerful me. Thank you. And also, on top of that, I don't have no bad feelings towards any of them because they actually ended up with their trickery and lies and deception and chaotic energy and confusion. They actually propelled me to be a better person. They pushed me straight into my power. So I'm thankful. I have no regrets of anything in my life. And I'm extremely thankful for all the different, experiences that I've been through. Unfortunately, for Shanquella, she didn't get through that. And these people actually took it to a whole nother level, which can happen to anybody at any time, but it happened to her. And so I definitely want to see justice for her. Um, it's really crazy, but you have to be careful when you sense those types of feelings. those types of energetic pulls from people, you're not going crazy. You're not delusional. You're not imagining it. This is real. And you need to possibly, well, I'm not even going to say possibly, you need to do what I did and literally step away from this individual. That's number 101 in having firm boundaries and not accepting chaotic, um, here and there type of an energy. You feel this way today, but tomorrow you're this way. You got something against people and places and things that do this or do that, but then the next day you are those people, places, and things that do this and do that. That confusion type energy, you don't need it around you. It's not feeding you. Ask yourself, is this person's presence in my life feeding me in any kind of way? Does it resonate? Is it going to be beneficial to me in the grand scheme of things to keep this person in my life? And if your answer is a resounding no, walk the hell away. Trust me, it'll be the best decision you ever made in your life, and it may save your life. It may actually save your life. Um, you see feelings, energy of trickery. You see energy where, every time you go around this person, your stomach sinks, or every time this person wants to invite themselves over to your place, or every time this person calls you and you see their number cross your phone, you automatically start feeling sick within your stomach, or you start feeling dreadful. Like, do I want to have this conversation with this person? Do I even really want to talk to them right now? That's a sure sign right there, because there's something that your body and your intuition is picking up. Pay attention to how you feel. Pay attention to the feelings you feel when this person comes around. That is not to be just blown off. Trust your intuition, trust your discernment, and move accordingly. Trust me, walk out, walk away from those people, and your life will be so much better. When I walked away from those types of confusing, chaotic energies, I felt like for the first time in life, I could finally breathe fresh air. And so that's why I can't even be mad at these people, that I have experienced levels of betrayal at their hands. I can't be mad at them, and I don't feel any type of way towards them in all actuality. I actually am thankful, because now I'm past those points of dealing with the betrayal and the chaos and the confusion. I'm past that. And I'm like, you know, getting through major transformation, and all these different doors are opening up to me. And I know they wouldn't have opened up to me if I wasn't ready for it. And I know that those situations of betrayal made me ready for that. So, I mean, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I actually got to experience and see those things and walk away from them successfully. Um, I'm praying heavily for Shanquella's family, because she didn't get to walk away from that. And she deserves every ounce of justice that the judicial system can give her. And those people deserve to go to jail, whoever and all was involved in this. So in the description below, I'll be dropping her um, GoFundMe. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of different people creating GoFundMe accounts in her name. I'm gonna drop the real one below. I actually saw one of Tisa Tell's videos, and that was at the bottom of her video. So um, this is her sister who created this GoFundMe account, and I'm sharing it in my description as well. Guys, be safe out there, and listen to your intuition and discernment, and hold firm boundaries at all times. Love you guys. Peace and bright blessings, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.